Howdy guys, it's the end of March and that can mean only one thing. It's time to do my March wrap-up. Now I would usually film this slightly earlier in the week, but I was ill unfortunately, so it's had to wait until tonight. I'm hoping to get it edited and up tonight, so I'm still getting 2 videos done this week, but it's possible that I won't, but sorry. Now this month I believe I have read 3 books. I can only remember reading 3 books, so that's what my assumption is going to be. I'm going to do a quick summary of them in the order that I read them. So the first book, which I read this month, was Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I have done a detailed book review of this book, which I will try and remember to leave a link to below if you're interested. But this is a book that I'd been meaning to read for a long time, recommended by a lot of people. I felt like I was the last one in the world to read it, but discovered just this morning that there were bigger booktubers than me that hadn't read it yet, so that made me feel a bit better. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I don't remember every detail of it because I read it right at the start of the month, but I remember that I enjoyed reading it. I think this is the first book that I'd read because it was recommended via BookTube, where I'd seen it and thought, yeah, I'll give that a go, and I was not disappointed. It's basically a young adult book. In fact, there is no point in me telling you what it's about because everybody's read it, and if not, then I'm sure you're going to read it soon and you've already heard about it. I really enjoyed it, loved the characterisation. I liked the sci-fi element. I liked the fact that actually I didn't feel like all the plot twists were expected. I felt that there were some surprises in there, and I'm looking forward to reading the rest of the series, and I shall, if only they had it in my library. The second book which I read this month was The Outsider by Albert Camus. I believe that this has also got a title of The Stranger in other countries. Again, I have done a book review on this. I will leave the link if I remember below, so please check that out. This was my classic literature read for the month. I found it in the classics section in my library. Quite a shorty, I think it's only about 100 pages. Flew through it and it was alright. I found the second half much better. The first half I felt was just setting up the second half, and that, whilst I understand was vitally important, wasn't as appealing. It just felt tedious and boring and I couldn't really see the point in it. The second half is more about his trial for the murder that he commits. That's not a spoiler. And I found that quite interesting. I found it interesting to hear about his experiences of the trial and how it went and how he was treated based on how other people perceived him, which was sort of what the whole book's about. So the final book which I read this month, God, 3 books isn't very good, is it? Final book which I read this month, which I was delighted to finally finish, was Allegiant by Veronica Roth. I had previously read, obviously, Divergent and Insurgent. One of the things that I noticed when I read Insurgent is that it picks up directly where the book before finished, with no sort of reminder of who characters are or what's happened. So when I read Insurgent, I was committed to reading Allegiant as quickly as possible before I forgot what on earth was going on. I'm intending to do a full book review of this, but that is not filmed or uploaded yet, but look out for it soon. Basically, I enjoyed reading this. I was a big fan of Divergent. I love the dystopian future, but part of what I really enjoy about them is finding out about a new world. That's really key to me. And so I think once that world had been established, I found Insurgent really lacking, and if I'm honest, I found the characters really irritating. I thought Allegiant was better than that. I didn't think that the characters were quite as ridiculous. They didn't make decisions that didn't make any sense. I sort of understood their motives. There was a bit of more sciencey in this one too, which appeals to me. It was a nice end to the series. Not amazing, but not disappointing either. So that was my very mini wrap-up for March. I'm quite disappointed in how many books I've read so far this year. I am aiming to read more. April's a good month for me because we are on school holidays at the moment, which means we get to read. I get a lot more free time. And also next week I'm going on holiday for my birthday. I'm kind of hoping that I'll get a lot done, but I know life's not that kind, but we'll see. My aim is to read at least 4 books in April, so fingers crossed. That is definitely achievable. I've got lots of books I really want to read, so yeah, hopefully next month I'll be telling you that I've read 5. Wouldn't that be good? If you've read any of these books, then please let me know what you thought of them, because that to me is what I love about BookTube, is I want people to tell me what they thought, see if they felt similarly to me, And also, you know, recommend more books would be cool too, although my TBR is massive since I joined BookTube. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye bye.